Shalom, family. How's everybody? I know you spent time with the Most High. You've already prayed. You've already read scripture, a chapter. Scripture is cool. Some people just read a script. Just read the whole chapter. I like reading the whole chapter. Hashtag find Kofi. Check out videos. He's got so many that you can just literally come on YouTube and put in just about anything, and on his channel, of course. And you can just come. He's got videos on just about everything. So you should go check them out. I wanted to make a quick video because I was talking to you guys on the my previous video about um I think I was about these challenging shows that they have, these shows for challenges. I'm not saying that right. Hold on. They have these competitions um to help people win money, right? One I was just watching was called Alone. It kind of reminds you of Survivor. But then there's a new one. Um, Now, the Alone one, you could win up to $500,000. So this new one, dang, I didn't write the new ones down. I just started writing things. I forgot to write the new one down. It's it's another competition, again, sort of like Alone and Survivor, where you have to live out on the land and see who'll be the last person standing. This one is a new one. Now you can win up to $1 million for the winner. And I believe Survivors and all of the other um, competition shows about how these shows are put together in a way to make it look like they're trying to see how great you are as a survivor. What skills do you have to live off the land? Like, what can you do, to show people how you could do this, live off the land, survive, and do well. But I also noticed that competition is just what it is. It's a competition. So what would you do to someone else so they can fail and you win? I was just looking, at the preview of the show, and this man, they were apparently someone stole the woman's food so that she couldn't eat, and she comes over and she confronts the other contestants, and the guy said, "Go back to your area and starve." I was like, wow, wow. It brings out the nasty in people, these games. Oh, $500,000, win $1 million, y'all will cut your throat for this. And 9 times out of 10 they do. There was one on Alone that I was watching, and they called him Timber, which was cute. Timber stayed out there alone for 83 days. He survived. His house, as he called it, not a shelter. His house was so well put together. I like watching these type of shows. I like to see how people live on the land. I want to see what they do to start fires and all of the things like that. I think it's interesting. And Timber, he basically was like, initially I was here because I wanted this money and I was willing to do whatever I needed to do to win it. But the longer he was out there, the more he seemed to gotten closer to the Most High. And he said, this is not even about the money. It was about me becoming closer to the Most High. Of course, he said God, but that's what he was like. And I was like, oh, how sweet. I love that he came to that conclusion. Um, And honestly, like they could have stayed out, he could have stayed out there longer. I know for sure he was doing really, really well. But he got something out the competition that I'm sure most people didn't want. They want to see him be cutthroat and nasty and see what he can do. But he was humbling. It was nice to see. But I'm noticing more and more competitions like this are coming up. And now they're raising the stakes of how much money you could win. Because I remember back in the day, it used to be like $100,000, $250,000. Now we're up to 500,000, up to $1 million. They want to see what they can get a person to do just for that money. And that's why we need to not be the lovers of money. You cannot be loving money like that because that means you'll pretty much do anything to get it. You'll steal someone's food so that they can't eat, but you do. And you say go back to your camp and starve and can care less. It's unfortunate. You would want to see someone starve just so that you can win $1 million? That's wild to me. It's just wild to me. And more of these shows are coming up, and more people are willing to just do whatever they can for some money. And it's so sad. Like it really is sad that we love material things more than life, than human life. You mean to tell me you would rather have $1 million to the expense of someone's life? It's bad. It's really bad. The enemy, he's doing everything he can. We're living in the last days, and I know people be saying it all the time, and people don't believe it. They don't get it. So the enemy's coming up with everything that he can come up with to get you to sin. They're going to disguise it and wrap it up, and you could take care of your family. You could be able to help your community out or whatever. But in the end, it's not really about that. You want to see, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? What's your price? We're going to step on people, we're going to climb on their necks just so that we can be the winner, so to speak. How sad is that? How sad is that as an individual that you are okay with that for $1 million? All praises to the Most High that I've never been that way. And I guess being raised with my dad, I was always around money, a lot of money, not a little bit, a lot of money. I saw it all the time. I had it all the time. People don't believe me, but I tell them, like literally in third grade, my allowance was $150 a week. What is a third grader going to do with $150 a week? But I was always generous to people. I'd always like to give. Now, of course, back then, I felt like if I bought you something, you owed me. That was how I was raised, and that's how I believed. I don't believe that now. It's heartbreaking to see the things that is going on in this world. And the crazy part about it, it's gonna get worse. I don't concern myself with it. I don't. It doesn't bother me in the sense of it's gonna happen. That bothers me. But I mean, it doesn't bother me like I don't feel like it's not gonna bother me per se in a sense of it's gonna harm me in any way. I'm a child of the Most High and I follow His will for my life. And because I do what He asks and because I'm obedient, I don't concern myself with it. But I concern myself with it. I want to know what's happening out there in the world. I want to be aware. When I see people that are willing to do whatever for a little money, I think it's so sad. Money doesn't buy you happiness. It never will. Now, it can get you things that you like, which is kind of sinful, really, because we're not supposed to live for ourselves. We're supposed to live for the Most High. We're here for Him, not us. And we get that mixed up. They can wrap that $1 million up in a nice little pretty bow and watch you destroy each other for it. Well, it is what it is for sure. But it's heartbreaking to see and to watch. And it's crazy. I wonder what other shows they're going to come up with because, I mean, they have more and more competitions coming up every day. And you going to get this $1 trillion while we cut the necks off of these people so that you can get that trillion. I don't never want none. I don't want no money like that. I don't ever want no money like that. I do not. Mm-mm. Not even a person that I'm not fond of. That boy in there, I can't stand him. But you couldn't say to me, "I'll give you $1 million." No, absolutely not. And I don't even have a job. I don't get a paycheck every week or every 2 weeks. But all of my needs are taken care of. So now again, I want some things. I want to move. I want to have my own place. I want another car. I want to have enough money in the bank account that not only that I can do whatever I need to do for me and my family, but help others, and trust me, I would never record it. You'll never see me do it. If I do anything for somebody, it's here. Here you go. I'm not doing it for likes, clicks, and views. Mm-mm. To hear that man say that to that woman, go back to your area and starve. Y'all probably hear the dog. We're not even gonna talk about poor Blue. We ain't gonna do it. We ain't gonna do it. She had another dog. His name was Gucci. We ain't gonna talk about him either. We ain't gonna do it. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I just had to make that little quick video because I don't want anything for I don't want anyone to fail, be harmed, or hurt, so that I can get ahead or have more or win. That's not who my Abba, my Father, my source. That's not how He has brought me up. That's not what He's put in me to. That's so horrible. And it was other things that was said. And when I make another video, I'm gonna go back and look because I'm definitely want to see it. I want to see. I want to see how bad this gets because they're competing for $1 million. well, short little video. I just had to say that because I just was like, wow. So you would know that someone is starving and you took their food so that they could starve so that you could be closer to winning $1 million. 9 times out of 10, these people have children. How are they raising the children? What are they teaching them? Oh well, family, I just wanted to send that little message off. There can't be, there is not enough money in the world to have me do anything to harm, hurt, or do something to someone or cause hurt to come to someone just so that I can win. Mm-mm, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't sleep at night. I don't know how people do that. I don't know how you sleep at night knowing that you've done something to somebody so devastating so that you can win. Oh well. So family. Chat with you later.